Welcome to World of Warship's port view with Czar Nicholas of the VX9 gaming community. Interested in the community? Feel free to check us out at www.vx9.com. This is your port. Wondering why it might look a little differently? There's a lot of reasons. First off, as you're brand new to the game, there will be a lot of different things that are turned off due to your account level. As you play the game, you will level your account, and you'll get different sets of rewards, and they will also unlock additional features within the game. Wargaming is periodically changing this, adding new features, changing how much experience and everything else required to change. But basically, just play the game and you'll get all the different features. So if somebody's talking about something and you don't know what they're talking about, it's either you've unlocked it and haven't seen it, or you don't have it. As you unlock, you will get additional tabs up here. I believe the only things you initially see is port and profile, and then you'll get modules, tech tree, exterior as you unlock, and once you become part of a community, you'll get a clan within the game. You'll get a clan tag also. Along here on the left hand side are some informational aspects of the game. So this will periodically change based upon whatever event Wargaming is currently running. This style of interface, which you can right or left click, is what they call directives. When you go into here, you will have actually it's the end of the current directive, so basically you'll come up with a screen, and then eventually it'll go over to a set of missions, and then you can see the current unlocked missions and the upcoming missions. Dockyard was something that they did for Clan Wars Christmas premium shop, so in case if you wanted to purchase through the game instead of having to go to the website. They do sometimes run different specials, so whenever you're looking to do anything, check around, because you never know when something might be different or not. So in the case of the premium shop here, everything is purely for actual cash. Armory, once you get it unlocked, is where they're slowly adding more and more features. You can get stuff for steel, for coal. If you have doublins, you can purchase stuff here. All of your different icons up here indicate your resources. So this is your silver, gold, or doublins, coal, steel, research points, and this, beyond this, will change for whatever directive. Like this is the British tokens, and then they're changing it with the next patch. It's going to be a different kind of British tokens, which I personally find very annoying. These are special upgrades, so these replace standard ones. Don't worry about these until later in the game when you figured them out. If you wanted to get extra flags, camouflages. Now, these containers here are collectible containers. They are for different collections. They do not have a chance for ships. When they came out, there might have been one, but what these do is for your different collections, and I'll show you those shortly. And they do run different events where you can get these containers, patches, additional commanders. So here, if you see this slash across a commander, it indicates he has some additional abilities. Depending upon the style of the commander, some abilities will always be available, other abilities will only be available in certain conditions, and they're never available in Clan Wars. Research Bureau, which I really hope that they change out of the idea of this. This is the current directive, and they have coupons for each different category here. and they do reset, but ignore the dates because it's pretty much just kind of an approximate date that it resets on. They can change it at any time, which can be very, very annoying. I once was waiting to get a ship for resources, and they kept changing it every day because they were doing a mass reset across the board. So, collections. That's in this tab here. Again, if you're not seeing it, you haven't unlocked it yet. But basically these are little pictures or information. They give you a little bit of information about whatever the image is for. And each one of these comes with a bonus or reward. Once you complete all, in this case 4, you would get 24 hours premium time. Once you complete all 5, you get whatever's in the larger overall. So in this case it was a Santa container. In this case it's the Italian Commander special. Anime, you got Azumo 10-point commander. This is also how you get your additional flags. So that's one thing. You can modify your patch here, up in the upper left-hand corner. Your port. They do not let you change your port when you've readied up. So if you're in a division and you're trying to do something, check to see if you've readied your ship, because sometimes that'll stop you. So down here is your carousel. You have settings on the right side and the left side. So on the right side, as you get additional special ships, you can turn the ability to see them on and off. So if you don't like a particular style, like you can't stand anime ships, you can turn that all off to where instead of seeing an anime ship, you will see they'll take all the features off, basically. On the left side here is all of your filters, but you can also change your how many, if you want to have with the, so this is turned off. This is what you start off with in the game, where it only shows one ship at a time down here. But then you can change it to 2, 3, and 4 on how many they do. The showing 4 at a time really does seem to slow down. Sorting by nation tier, so you can change the way in which you're viewing. Depending upon how many ships you have, this can be a very easy way to jump to something you're looking for. Next off is settings. So icon up here, you have your graphics, audio, and controls. There's a couple controls that pretty much almost everybody ends up wanting to know about or changing to. Terrain hit indicator usually starts off with on. I do recommend it because it'll give you a little orange icon saying you're coming close to some terrain, and that if you don't change the direction you're heading, you have a chance of hitting an island. It's a nice, especially as you are very focused on learning to shoot and stuff, it gives you that little heads up of where you're going. And for more competitive play, it allows you to adjust your ship without distracting and having to constantly look at where your ship is going. Collision avoidance system. I highly recommend turning this off. It might be beneficial for some people, but if you leave it on or in binocular, I have actually never tested in binocular, because this also avoids other ships. So starting to say, if you start out and somebody's turning right across your bow, you're going to do circles for the first half of the game. Very annoying. You definitely want this off, because this can also basically make it to where you're not controlling your ship. The computer takes over. It's basically autopilot if you get close to anything. Alternate interface mode. I recommend, if your game is able to, switch to full. This is basically your alt command when you're viewing in game. This turns it to where it's always on, and then you don't have to constantly press alt to see some of the information. These are some additional features that you definitely probably will want to turn on so that it helps out. But if starting out, I can understand if you don't want these on or off. This is where you change your crosshairs. If you're keeping ships, or say if you're don't like a camo and you want to sell something, you can get that all in the inventory screen. Check out the news section on a regular basis. I personally prefer to go to the website, but sometimes it is beneficial to do it through game. They will let you know about upcoming events, certain other things like this Return of the Fog Fleet. They run a lot of events that are not automatically turned on. In order to turn them on, you have to see the news article, be signed into the website, or there's something right now. Or you have to activate it. And I think okay, so like in this the Fog Fleet, which is an anime show, where you see these different ships, there would be a button right here that says participate. If you're going through the game browser and clicking on it, you're already signed in, so you just click, it'll change to you're participating. In some cases, you'll get something special automatically. Other times, it activates your special missions. Like New Year's, basically the different news articles, there was a chance you participate, and it gave you some flags. Highly recommend spending some time. Unfortunately, Wargaming doesn't give all their news in one location, so if you're part of a clan and community, you'll probably have somebody also letting you know about their Reddit posts or their Facebook posts or their blog posts that they put additional information. The next thing I wanted to cover is your modules. So at Tier 1, you have your view for your ammunition and consumables. Can't really change anything there. You could equip one of these if you wanted to. This is actually only because I haven't gotten rid of her out of my tech tree. I do personally try to level every line, but I don't keep my Tier 1s. As you get higher in tier, the upgrades will increase. So the first upgrade is always the same. Then there's a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth slot. So by tier 10, there will be a total of 6 slots. Depending upon the type of ship and nation, some of these options within the upgrades will be slightly changed, but majority of them are very similar. Under ammunition and consumables, your consumables starts off with standard, though they might be changing this, but you can change to premium. This comes at a cost. If you get some, it'll automatically, if you've got some from an event or something, it won't show the cost because you have some sitting in your inventory. The premium versions come with either a longer action time or quicker reload, or in some cases like here, you have charges. So it changes the number of charges you have. Depending upon the ship, these will change. So in this case, this is the Des Moines. The first slot is your damage control, which allows you to repair fires and floods, or repair a main battery that was damaged but not destroyed. The second one, I have the option of hydroacoustic search, which detects ships and torpedoes within a close range, or defensive fire. Here's an example where there is 3 different options. I could do fighter planes, spotter planes, or surveillance radar. Surveillance radar detects ships at a longer range. These consumables can vary from ship to ship. Take a look at a destroyer. This one has smoke generator and engine boost. No additional options other than the premium versions. For clan wars, or as you get to know the ships and you're getting more comfortable to where you're making money, I highly recommend turning these on and clicking enable. It'll tell you how much it automatically resupplies during the game. Carriers, can't change anything, at least currently. Battleships, your heal. Here's an example. German battleships, or sorry, not German, Soviet battleships have charges on their damage control. And apparently this is a ship that I forget to put the premium on, so I'm going to do that right now. And enable. Next off is your exterior. Your exterior has 3 to 4 different sections. You have camouflage, signals, and flags. So flags are different. They're most likely non-game affecting. They just show. I don't have anything selected. Let's do. Yeah, that's weird. Where did they put the flag? Oh, there it is. Okay. They're just for show. If you're one of the few lucky people, there are 2 flags that actually give some bonuses. But generally speaking, that's not happening. Now, signals. Signals, the first one is combat-oriented stuff. These, basically, as you play the game, you'll get these through missions, or in the case of Victory Luma, if you get the Wither Award, you get a Victory Luma flag. I don't know exactly how many you get. So there's different ways to get them. Detonation basically makes you almost completely immune to detonation. There's... yeah. Economic flags. Economic flags give you bonuses to your experience or credits. And these are their special flags. These give you larger bonuses to experience and credits. These are... I would never use real money for any of these. Clan Wars, highly recommend to make sure you have your anti-detonation flag, or if you're being Clan Wars or a ranked competitive, or it's your ship that you just love, then go ahead and do it. But otherwise, I don't run them until it's for a specific style of ship. And then once I start running it, I just always leave it. Camouflages. Please always have a camouflage on. Camouflages, yeah, it does cost some credits, but this is a ship without camouflage. I don't really go through a lot of my special camouflages, but as you complete different, they have different bonuses. There are Type 1, Type 5, and Type 2 that every ship will have access to. These can be purchased with credits. If you don't feel comfortable with, you're going to lose credits, pick at least the Type 1 or the Type 2, equip it, purchase and mount, and turn it on. Because it gives you, in this case, your stealth improves by 3%. There's really no reason not to use one of these camouflages. Especially once you start leveling, hit the Type 5s, it's 22,000 credits. But it does improve your capabilities in the ship. 3% stealth is pretty big. In the case of your leveling ship, use some of these other ones that have increased experience. You don't want to go through them really quickly. just mount it for the first win of the day. And that's why you see sometimes different styles. I hope that gives you some ideas about the port. If you have any campaigns. Once you unlock this, as it loads, Science of Victory. Set up where if you don't have premium, you'll be able to have 2 tasks going at a time. Click on whatever the task is, and apparently I can't view that because I already have it all done. Here we go. Here's one. Do them. Within the campaigns, so the first time you do it, so like this, if I complete this one, I'm going to get some Indy X-ray flags. You don't have to do every single task within each individual section of the different campaigns. You can redo the same one over and over for the stars. So like in this case, it requires to earn 20,000 experience. If that's the only one I'm comfortable in doing, I can make sure that's always on, and then the second one is one of these others, and hope to get it completed. You can complete the missions by slowly completing the same task over and over. The only reason why I haven't finished this particular one is because I'm not allowing myself just to hit the same one over and over. Otherwise, I would have this. The end result is you get Halsey for so there's different ways to do this. You can re-click the same task and to get the same amount of stars again and again. You just don't get the extra rewards. You only just get the stars. And hopefully I covered everything for your port. If you have any questions, feel free to post down below.